Hello everybody, Joe Bag of Donuts here, and welcome back for another episode of Full Metal Daemon Muramasa. Last time we left off, had a bit of a showdown in the tea house. Fucking kicked their asses though, they didn't stand a goddamn chance. It's fucking 10 heroes my ass. Fucking went down like a bunch of chumps. Anyway, just continuing on our mission to, kill Raicho. Sad, I kinda like him. He's such a fucking loser and like a failure in everything he does that it's kind of endearing, but gotta crack a few eggs to make an omelet. Anyway, expect me to be coughing a bit. Just finished going through a nasty fucking obstacle course at work. You may notice that this episode is going up late, or not, because I have a really bad consistency in when all my videos go up, but it is going up late. Normally, I would wake up and record this in like the early afternoon. It's like 5 o'clock right now, so it's probably gonna be like at least 7:38 before this goes up, but I'm out of my normal work schedule. I'm off doing this like I'm not going to specify the name of the course because that would like tell you guys what base I'm at, and I don't want that, even though you probably already know from, I'm not going to say but like say someone with like a hyperfixation on me, like I get like an internet stalker, they could definitely go through my videos and like discern my exact location down to like the fucking block. But anyway, it's like pre-deployment shit, fucking learning war, fucking oorah, fucking kill 'em all, that kind of shit. It's not really. The messaging is a whole lot more sincere and honest, and it's like, yeah, shit's probably gonna be fucked. You're probably gonna have to do and see some fucked up shit, so we're just gonna, give you the basics. This is how you stuff like hemostatic bandages into a gaping wound to, stop bleeding, tourniquets, all that, and like coping mechanisms. And then later on in the week, we, shoot the guns, go bang, 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 and then go into the gas chamber and get my sinuses cleared out, which would be nice because it's kind of annoying. I've been over the flu I had like 2 weeks ago, still have a nagging cough and kind of like a little phlegmy, not like badly so, like enough that I need to take medicine to remedy it. There we go. Even when I do, it doesn't do anything because it's such a minor inconvenience that it barely works. But it's like the post nasal drip into like your throat, and then you get like fucking hack up a hairball every now and again. So that sucked when I had to do like my big fucking ruck run obstacle course bullshit thing today, because like I didn't eat all day either, because like, yeah, whatever, just sit in a classroom, I'll have a protein bar and drink coffee and fucking have some Tylenol, some ibuprofen, because I need that. I'm like an addict. My liver no longer exists, not from alcohol, but just pure ibuprofen rot. But yeah, ibuprofen in an empty stomach fucks you up. It really gives you an upset stomach. Plus, I had nothing but coffee, so I was a little fucking acid ball running around, fucking jumping over barriers. Definitely had to pull off to the side of the road and, like, not puke. Like, I didn't puke my guts out, but I definitely had to, like, go fucking launch a fucking bile bomb into the grass. And then that was that. Once the poison was out, I could continue doing my thing just fine. But that sucked. So yeah, I'm kind of tired. My head and neck kind of hurts because we were wearing our full fucking battle rattle too. So I'm doing all this shit in like fucking my full plate carrier. I got like this shitty helmet from the Gulf War on. The first Gulf War, getting ready for Gulf War 3, I don't know, in the next 10 years, so probably still be fucking wearing that helmet then. And gives me a chance to wear my Bart Simpson, you know, fucking, like, first Gulf War, like, I was there and it sucked shirt. God, that's such a good fucking shirt. I wasn't even born when the fucking first Gulf War happened. And now I work with people that weren't even born when fucking 9/11 happened or when we invaded Iraq. That makes me feel old. You know, besides my aching knees, worsening eyesight, general irritability, graying hair, disappearing hair. Yeah. Anyway, enough ranting. I got my coffee. I haven't even taken a sip yet. Just made an entire pot of Wawa. What is this, the pumpkin spice blend? Honestly, the pumpkin spice blend isn't very good if you drink it black. Like, you can barely taste it, and it just, like, it doesn't work, you know. The idea is, if you're having pumpkin spice, you're a fucking bougie white bitch. So you're gonna put all the creamer in there, you're gonna fucking put in all the sugar. You're basically gonna be drinking, like... I wouldn't even call it coffee at that point, you know? It's more just like diluted sugar water with some coffee concentrate in it. So, like, the pumpkins and the spice flavors are just kind of masked entirely by the coffee. Like, it's fine. It was on sale because, you know, it's the end of the season and they're about to roll out the holiday, you know, the Christmas blend. So it was a little cheaper than normal. Still pretty pricey. It was like $10. $10 a bag. I got a normal blend too, but I'm not gonna open that one until I'm through the pumpkin spice one. Anyway, that was Coffee Talk with Joe today.
東から
Oh, on my mic.
ああ、敵は陸路で北から、ないし、浦賀水道を渡って南から来ると彼らは想定している。
I was gonna say, like, is no one gonna investigate, you know, that commotion you guys just made, all those battle noises, but I guess from, like, an outside perspective, they handled that pretty quick before, like, any big ruckus could happen. The only thing was, like, Masamune launched his, like, fucking knife finger attack and pretty much took out everyone at once before, you know, they could all fucking fire up their kataris and have a big racket going, so... guess they just fucking slipped out the back door, and no one will know anything.
それ以外、特に東側の警戒は甘いはずだ。
Cool.
少なくとも比較的。
そっちから行けば懐まで食い込めるってことですね。
二人だけならば、おそらく。
Except that, you know, your identities are... I don't want to say entirely compromised, but if they have someone who has like a, I forget what they're called. I've never been issued one, but like if there's high priority targets wandering around, you'll get little fucking pamphlets that like, this is what they look like, this is how tall they are, this is, you know, their general facial features, yada yada yada, fucking go down the list. And you know, the two of you stand out pretty significantly, especially together. You know, the contrast makes it even more jarring. So if like certain patrols are like, we'll be on the lookout for these two buffoons, it's game over. You know, we as we saw last episode.
心配なのは時間だけですか。
そうだな。東に回ってみて期待通り防備が甘く、対空警戒にも隙があるようなら、飛行して一気に突破してしまおう。
Just kind of like fly right over the tree line through a
防空隊
valley.
は気にしなくていいんですか。
Yeah.
低空気候ならレーダーに察知されにくい。地上の構造物の中に反応が紛れる。
I guess them having so many air patrols going, it goes to your benefit also, because like any troops on the ground, they're gonna hear you rocketing overhead, and they're not gonna think anything about it. They're gonna be like, yep, just the guys doing their thing on patrol.
わかりました。
You know, fucking hide a forest in the, hide a tree in a forest kind of thing. It'd have to be a pretty big tree if you were just gonna hide an entire forest in there. Luck, it seems, is always on her side. I turn away. For some reason, I cannot meet her gaze. In any case, we have our course, and if I'm not mistaken, the prince's other allies should soon be making their move.
Mia殿下。
おお、ご苦労さんやったね、菊池。
Over how?
お先に参ります。殿下はどうか、
Like
ゆるりとお越しあれ。
preparations, or did we get counterattacked? When the cats were away, so to say.
うん。まさかおまさんが来るとは思わんかったわ。
ライチョウの方が良かったか、プリンス。
Mm-hmm.
お呼びでないとは残念なり。でもどっちだって大して変わんない気がするけどにゃ。
Well, that's unfortunate.
そやな。わしは負けた責任取って死ぬだけや。
よりによってライチョウと組んで挙句野郎を操り損ねてるようじゃどうしようもねえわ。手を急ぎすぎたな、宮様。
返す言葉もないわ。好きに言えばええ。次はもっとうまくやったるし。
Mm.
次ね。
Uh-huh, yeah.
ギャングやギャング。冷たい目でみんな。菊池も待ってるし、さっさと首跳ねてくれんか。
あんたの忠実な鎌倉所長か。そのおっちゃんならおめえが生き延びて目的遂げるのを望むんでないの？
I mean, yeah, but
性格悪いやっちゃな。
そう？
わざわざ未練を残させたいんか。
yeah, I don't really know what her angle is here.
あや、違うよ。踊り上がって喜ばないの？
もうちょっと聞いてからにするわ。で、
Well,
その
pretty much
条件は何や？
you can demand whatever you want right now, because this is a pretty unequaling negotiating table, or unequal negotiating table at the
なん
moment.
も？
You just want to stir the pot?
ただで安全なとこまで送り届けてやるよ。横浜でいいだろ。
GHQ。
今のあいつらはおめえに利用価値を見出すよ。提出の代わりだね。お調子者で人気者の親王様。国民を味
A
方につ
real
けるには
bona
格好
fide
の材料だ。
figurehead, But not in the disparaging term of like a figurehead, but like an actual, genuine one.
それも売り込むつてがあればの話やろ。わし GHQ にはほとんど人脈ないよ。
案ずるな、迷える子羊。横浜基地前に放り出してそれきり。なんてこ
Drop
と
you
し
off
ね
like
え
a
よ。
fucking baby at the
ちゃちゃ
fire
丸さんのア
station.
フターケアは万全なのだ。ちゃんと仲介者を紹介してやる。グリューネドラフゲゼルシャフトっつってまあ割と怪しげな連中がいるわけだが
I'm not
GHQ の要人に顔が利く。
gonna try that. And then I'm immediately gonna try it. Grune Draken Gesellschaft? Sure, man, whatever.
グリューネドラ。
Yeah, there's a bit of a mouthful.
あとはおめえの手腕次第。でも簡単だろ。向こうのメリットははっきりしてんだ。
Thought it was something similar to that. My German ain't that good. And by that good, I mean non-existent.
あんたがヤマトを代表して進駐軍支持を表明すれば国際連盟の非戦派も黙る。ジョン・ブルドモは背中を気にせずあてらと戦えるって寸法だな。
Mm-hmm.
大歓迎間違いなし。3食昼寝にハーレム付きは硬いぜ。だん。
そんで、おまさんはどうなるんや。
Sounds like nothing? Like she's just gonna sit on her hands?
そりゃもちろん。シシクと一緒に悪戦苦闘。もうあがきにあがいてあがきまくる。GHQ に切り札まで投入させる。
Okay.
でも最後は負けるね。土台市民に見捨てられた軍がいつまでも持つわけねえし。
But what do you get out of this? Besides, like, greater good, best for society thing, putting your own neck on the block.
六原は滅びて、あても死んでおしまい。大和国は平和になりましたとさ。
理想的やね。
だろ？じゃあ、そういうことでいい？
検討か。そうやな。断る。ここで死ぬわ。
音声だけではよくわからないと思いますが、あては今ずっこけました。
なんで解説？
そのすだれで見えてないかと思って。なんでさ、文句なしにいい話でないの？
Yeah, what's your angle here, Prince?
そうやな。
ブリテンの属国になるのは嫌ってこと？
嫌やな。でも、それがヤマトのみんなにとって最善の道なら仕方ないとも思う。
じゃあ何が不満よ？
Normally they're saying, the devil you know and the devil you don't. You go with the devil you know, in which case would be, Rokahara. And GHQ is the devil you don't know. But both suck in this situation. So...
取引になってないからや。おまさんは何も得しないやないか。そう、言うてはった通り。進駐軍はわしを歓迎するやろ。
Yeah, it doesn't make
六原は追い
sense.
詰められるやろ。おまさんは失うだけや。何も手に入らない。
なんて無欲な足利ちゃちゃ丸。100年後にはお札になってるかもしれんね。ね。それがなんかまずいの？
まずいわ。まずい。くれるもんだけくれて何もよくせんやつってのはな。最後に何もかも奪っていく。本物の悪魔や。
Yeah, the deal is too sweet. It's sickeningly sweet.
ちゃちゃ丸。おまさんの望みを聞かせてもらおうか。
It's sweet like antifreeze, It might taste good when you're drinking it, but in the end it'll fucking kill you.
本当に何もないならそう言
Yeah,
う
that's
といい。
good.
その
I'm
面
so
のま
fucking
ま言え
smart.
たら信じたる
I
わ。
came up with that on the spot. Feel free to use that. Make sure to credit me, though.
望みは
ワールドエンド。あばよ、宮様。おめえ使うのが一番いいと思ったんだけど。
So what, you're like an accelerationist?
別のやり方考えるわ。おい。ちょっと待て。
Yeah, tough guy.
このおっさん。
悪いな。
菊池。
致命傷なのですが、ねえ。当たりどころが変に悪かったのか。まだ生きています。
Mm-hmm.
などというのも恥ずかしく。
Really, all the nice
黙
tatami
って
mats,
死
too.
を待っていた
You'll
ので
never
す
get
が。
fucking blood out of grass mats like that.
ああ。せっかくの余命なので、悪魔退治だけ。
心臓の真上。
Oof.
ど真ん中か。これじゃ虎鉄でもどうにもなんねえな。いって。こんなオチありか？
Well. Huh. Well, that sure is a scene. Well, I guess we can take Chachomaru off the board. Unknown whether that fighting was, which side's forces made it to the prince. Ooh. Oyumi headquarters. We've made it. We've made it. Feels like a dream. From the moment we donned our tsurugi and started our approach from the east, the world around us ceased to make sense. Nothing happened. Not one IFF call from a panicked radio operator. Not one patrol swooped down to intercept. We reached the base unchallenged. In no way should it have been this easy. We were flying no more than a few dozen meters above the ground. Radar might not have been able to see us, but human eyes sure would. Someone should have reported our approach. I expected it, reasoning that we might still break through, depending on how many enemy dragoons were close enough to engage. A naive assumption, perhaps, but as it turns out, reality was far more accommodating than I had dared to imagine. But now, as we stand in our laughably pristine armor and take in the scene before us, I begin to realize what has happened. They already fly the coop? Oyumi has fallen.
どうして？まさか姫様たちが。
That sounds too not good to be true. I mean, I don't want to say unrealistic, but that wouldn't make sense. I hear in Ichijo's voice that she does not believe what she is suggesting. Man, I hate the fucking letter S. I'm so bad at it. I have a huge tongue that takes up like 80% of my mouth. So, like, big alliteration like that, tongue twisters ain't my forte. Indeed, the rebels could not have done this. First, it was not the plan. Second, they did not have the numbers. Third, even if they had, they could not have accomplished it so quickly. Genseigo? And fourth, I step into the smoking ruin, Ichijo at my back. Bullet holes litter every visible surface. Ugh. I'm fine. As if the soldiers fighting here discharged their weapons completely at random. And there, what is that tube sticking out of the rubble? A mortar? Inside the base? No attack could have inspired such chaos, not even if an entire army had taken them by surprise. I don't know why you're so shocked about a mortar being inside the base. They could just launch it over the walls. I guess depending on where it's positioned. Strangest of all are the corpses, an ocean of the dead, and every last one of them wearing a Rokuhara uniform.
変です。こいつら誰にやられたんでしょう。敵の死体が全然ない。
Nope.
どういうことですか？六原が六原を攻めた。でもどいつもこいつも死んでるってのは。生きてる奴らはどこへ？いない。え？生存者はいない。誰も彼も死んでしまった。ここに残っているのは死骸と死神だけだ。I race across the corpse-sown field, blood splashing around my feet. The center of the keep is just ahead. Yeah, we should probably suit up, huh? Muramasa's mind is completely cold to the touch, is suddenly cold to the touch. Touch? As hard as steel beneath the winter sky. And, at the same time, it boils and churns like a slag from a forge. I share in both, the ice and the flames. They propel my consciousness far, far ahead. All my body can do is give chase. Soon we reach the deepest part of the keep, where the grand meeting hall would have stood. Nothing remains of its glory. The structure lies in ruins, torn and smashed to pieces, together with its master. こいつ。Ichijo speaks on my shoulder, her voice a hushed whisper. Oh, Yamato GP で見かけたな. I answer her with a nod, my eyes fixed on the gruesome sight. General Imagawa Raicho, governor of Oyumi, or what's left of him. One can only imagine that One can only imagine the terrible struggle that took place here. Though his face remains meticulously whole, features twisted in a savage grimace, the rest of him, flesh, bones, golden armor,
lie scattered in pieces throughout the wreckage, as if to embody in his person the fate of his command. Sure.
どういうことなんですか?
どうもこうもない。
The words grate against my teeth like nails on a board. There is, after all, no mystery here.
お前も見たはずだぞ一条。
Yeah.
この光景を一度は目にしているはずだ。
Like, I know you're not very smart, but come on, get up to speed. Oyumi has fallen, each general with it. But how? We were their only enemy, and we played no part in this. So if it wasn't an enemy that killed them, if it wasn't war, what was it? What else besides war can wreak such devastation? Hold on, I got a frog in my throat. Ribbit, ribbit. Nature. The hurricane, the tidal wave, the volcano's molten wrath. This was not those, but the difference is trivial. Its essence is the same. Sudden, irresistible, merciless. The scourge upon the works of man. I recall its names. The Angel of Slaughter. The Reign of Death. The Destroyer of Worlds. And, oh yes, the Silver Star.
いい夕焼けだな、影焼き。まるでほおずきの野のようだ。そうは思わないか?
光る!
Now you say winter cherries, do you mean like is that a specific brand? You know, I'm not brand, fucking species of like cherry tree? Like or what? Dude, I'm dying. My poor throat. Besides me, I hear Ichijo gasp. Although she encountered Ginseigo on Enoshima, that distant glimpse was not enough to prepare her for this meeting. Face to face, there was no escaping the fact that there is something which should not be. Ginseigo was wrong, a musha, but more, as if shaped by the laws of some other plane. It's no wonder that Ichijo cannot speak. Neither, for that matter, can I. I came here hoping for a clue to Ginseigo's whereabouts. The last thing I expected was to find the base in flames, with my enemy standing atop its wreckage. Yet, if the Silver Musha is as surprised as we are, she does not show it. She spares Ichijo a single curious glance, then returns her gaze to me.
お弓につわものども集い、戦機満ちていると教えるものがあってな。今日咲かされて遊びに来たのだ。
Yeah, that makes sense. Also, you have sources? Man, fucking Tsurumachi better not be like a little bird tweeting in your ear.
良き武人どもであった。武々しく、引くことを知らず。幾度打ち払われても同胞の屍を越えてまた押し寄せ。
But in the end, they were not enough.
最後の一騎まで戦い果てた。良いひとときを過ごしたぞ。
Scanning the area again, I realized that the generals are not alone. The remains of countless dragoons litter the space, perhaps upwards of even 100. Unlike the bullet-ridden soldiers outside, each was felled by a single masterful stroke. So while Ginseigo's psychic pollution drove the rank and file to madness, the Musha of Oyumi's, minds shielded by their armor, engaged Ginseigo, and died to a man with nothing to show for their sacrifice. The Silver Tyrant stands there, surveying her conquest, without so much as a scratch on her armor.
そこに影焼き、お前まで来てくれるとは。まったく、今日の光は退屈というつきものに見放されているな。
Man, hopefully like a huge fucking brocon like you doesn't suss out that your Oni-chan got a girlfriend. Otherwise, Ichijo's gonna be in for a rough time. Kageyaki also, but remember, I tell myself, this is a monster, a creature whose existence threatens all life. Your sister, Hikaru, is no longer human. If you wish to protect the world of man, the anomaly must die. I know. Though I hid from it for years, I at last was forced to face the truth that night on Enoshima. I swore to kill her. My oath was not false. And yet, I cannot help but speak the words that come.
お前はもう戻れないのか
Yeah, can't we just stop?
昔のようにはあの小さな町で暮らしていた頃のようにはお前は狂ってしまった2年前俺が止められなかったからお前は山賊たちを敵として殺し村正の呪いに縛られ町の人々まで殺して狂ったそうだろうだがその狂気その原点だけは決してお前の罪ではない
I like your cool
なの
little
にダメなのか
your little fan theory there, but
お前を犯すその狂気はもういかな手立てを尽
I
く
think
して
you
も
just need to
癒
accept
せな
that,
い
you
ものな
know,
のか
she's kind of gone off the deep end on her own. Like, she had a bit of a nudge, but, you know, all the ingredients to bake this cake were already there in her mind. As my last desperate plea fades away, Hikaru rubs a fist against her forehead and groans.
やはりどうも認識にズレがあるな。江ノ島でも言ったろ、影明。
Man, that was a while ago.
俺は狂ってなどいない。変わってもいない。昔も今もあるがままの港光だ。
You know, just rotate it a little so that way we're getting a bit of a different perspective, you know?
そんなはずがあるかお前のしていることが正気の人間にできることか
Could they? I trampled the question flat and cling tight to my last ray of hope.
だが狂い切っているとも思えない
You don't get it. Humans are the real monsters.
人の心が残っていると
Only the human mind could conjure such cruelty.
この2年間にお前はいくつもの町や村を滅ぼしただがお前が本当に狂い完全に暴走していたならこの程度では済んでいないそのはずだ今頃は少なくとも大和全国が滅びていなくては
A method to her madness? We just don't know it because, you know, it's madness, so the sane mind cannot comprehend. She hasn't, even though all it would take for her is to fly one loop around the country, touching towns and cities with her power. Yamato would die in a matter of days. That's proof that Hikaru still has a conscience, that she's not just a monster dreaming of slaughter. Isn't it? It has to be. I need to believe, even though the past can never be changed. If she has even the slightest desire to atone for what she's done.
どうなのだ
I didn't mean to cut him off. I rolled the mouse wheel a little too hard. Her sigh is affectionate, like a mother's embrace. Icy fingers stroke my spine.
親の心こしらずなどと言うが伝わらないものだ。
Yeah, we're not mind readers. But you expect your family to be mind readers. To you specifically. Or vice versa, you know. Who hasn't got yelled at their mom for, you know, not doing something that she thought you would know to do on your own without her telling you to do it? But because you didn't do it, and then she got angry at you for it. It's like, what the fuck do you want me to do?
俺が関東を一息に崩してしまわないのは
Like, how was I supposed to know you wanted me to clean between the fucking the washing machine and the dryer when you told me to clean the bathroom? How so? For me?
影明よいか光は狂っておらぬ狂う道理がない
I don't know, fucking
あの山賊どもを殺し、
Evil
それで
corruption
村
from
正
your
の呪いに
Tsurugi.
縛られ、町人をも殺してしまい狂った。お前はそう言ったがな、根本に誤解がある。光は一度たりと敵を殺したことなどない。
何を。
Oh well, yeah, I guess. If they all just kill each other.
光は多くの者と戦い勝利し、殺めてき
Oh,
た。
that's what you meant.
しかし
That, you know,
敵意など一
they
度も
were
抱
never
かな
your
かった。
quote unquote enemy. They were just your opponent. You know, there's a bit of a different connotation between the two words.
なぜなら俺は一個の武人として武の法に従ったに過ぎぬ。
Like your neighbor that you fucking hate who like leaves his bins out past trash day. That might be your enemy. But, you know, like if you're a martial artist or whatever and you're at your dojo, you know, for weekly practice and you're sparring against one of your fellow disciples, you know, he's not your enemy, you know, he's just your opponent for that night. There's a difference.
部の
Unless you really fucking hate that guy too. Unless your neighbor who leaves his bins out is also the guy you're sparring with. In which case you might not pull your punches as much as you're supposed to. What Mother taught. The way of the warrior.
争い殺す、ただそれだけの法だ。敵意などいらぬ、憎悪もいらぬ。ひとえに武の命ずるまま
It's the
全て
natural
を
way
倒
of
してきた。
things.
村正の樹海は光には意味のないものなのだ。したがってそれに束縛されたことなど一度もな
I
い。
mean, yeah.
納得したか？
So, what she's saying is this. From the very beginning, it was never the curse. That she killed all those people, friends and enemies alike, purely of her own free will? Is that it? Is that the truth?
光の道は狂気にあらず、天下不武の大道である。万民が武の法に従い、各々の武を競い合い、
Uh-huh.
その錬磨総国によって子孫の座へ達するが望む。
To plunge the human race into battle? No. Is that why those touched by her power kill everything they see?
なぜだ。どうして。
I don't know. They fucking
望みを。
prove that you're the best. Like
そ
no
れ
one
が
ever
光の
was.
意味であるからだ。武を貫徹し、世界と戦い、これを屈辱せしめるが光の存在する意義であるからだ。
You truly. Is that truly who you are?
望みを叶えるには、世界すべてを光の意志で染め上げねばならん。無論それはその通りであるし、いずれそうするつもりだが、少しずつ進めないとお前が困るだろう。
No chance to, you know, I don't know, pit his ideology against yours?
お前は母上から誤った武を教え込まれているからな。
Mm-hmm.
すぐ俺の
You need to
示す
reach
武
the
を受け入れ
conclusion
ら
on
れ
your
はす
own.
まい。無理に叩き込もうとすれば、お前こそ狂ってしまいかねん。
だからゆっくりやっているのだと。
俺が焦って追い詰めたりせねば、お前はおのずと正しき武を悟るはずだからな。そのための村正だ。
Muramasa's purpose? What does she mean?
だがさて、そろそろ頃合いだと思うのだがな。どうだ、影明。武の天下に生きる準備は整ったか？
No? And that's how she ends it. This thing that was my sister. By asking me that. Not in a teasing or not in teasing or jest, but in a voice bright with anticipation. And the utmost damnable sincerity. In that moment, I know. This creature has no conscience. She has slain hundreds in battle, driven thousands more to slaughter, and now stands atop a still burning pyre and declares that she did this not out of hate, but because it is simply her way. I wanted so desperately to believe her insane that the curse, that terrible law of balance, had broken my sister's soul. But no, if indeed the death of our town were the trauma at the root of all this, she could never have spoken of that day with such clarity. Her words were too logical, too self-aware to be the product of a diseased mind. I could tell myself that this is another kind of sickness. Perhaps it is. But now that I know that there is no going back, to do so would only dull my blade. The blade I must use to end her life. What I need now is to face the truth.
光る。お前は狂ってい
Yeah,
な
you're
い。
just fucking evil.
やっと分かってくれたな。
She smiles, satisfied. Quickly, I banish the memories that threaten to surface. Those days are gone. They will never return.
光る。銀星号。
Again, my voice tries to scream why. I tighten my throat around the word and press it back into the darkness of my gut. The time for questions is over. Why is meaningless now. If I am to fulfill my duty, then I must speak with clarity equal to hers. I must speak words of parting, words of rejection.
お前は邪悪だ。俺の敵だ。
Words to forsake her, once and for all.
まだ遠いらしいな。そんなことを口にするところからすると。
Ooh, the scary music from the title screen, ooh. The silver demon laces her fingers and shakes her head. Wry amusement, her sole reaction to the sundering of my soul.
まあそれはそれで悪くはない。こちらへ近づく一歩ではある。
こちら。
我が部の一味だ。もちろん。影明、俺を敵と定め戦いを挑むのならば。
Yeah, you got all those endgame healing items you've been hoarding?
善悪相殺。我ら村正の絶対戒律。敵を殺さば味方も殺し、憎んで殺さば愛にても殺す。
But what if you just kill someone beloved? Do you then have to go and kill someone despised?
光を敵と憎
I
むほどに
guess, you know,
友と頼む者はいるか。
it flows both ways.
母上のごとき。
それは。
I was fiddling around with something in my hand. It's like the cap of, the back of a remote control, the battery cap. So I was just twisting my fingers and actually bumped my mouse and advanced the text. Hold on, I'm gonna sneeze. Ugh. Ugh. For whose sake do you judge me evil? There must be someone you care for, someone like my mother, perhaps.
光の一命とその誰かの一命。お前にとって全く等価となる。
Not if we just get Ichijo to do the dirty work for us.
二つ共に切り捨てる覚悟が。
Nope. Which is why we're just gonna pawn the task off. I
そんな覚悟はいらない。港さんには私がいる。
Yeah, it's your whole purpose. Bear the burdens together. Breaking her silence, Ichijo steps forward, placing herself between me and the demon.
一条。
Despite her obvious displeasure, Hikaru turns to address the blue Tsurugi. Interloper or no, she's never been one to dismiss a person out of hand.
何者である。置き捨てに影明と二人きりで話し込んでしまった非礼は詫びるが、自己紹介でもしろってか。必要ねえよ、そんなもん。なぜだ。 そういった礼節というものは、
Uh-huh.
人と人とが敬意を抱き合い、
Yeah,
円
but you
滑
see,
な
that's
関
the
係を
thing.
築くため
Ichiro
に
doesn't
とても
want to
大
like
切なのだぞ。
respect you.
親しき仲であっても礼儀あるべし。だから俺も今日はまず時効の挨拶から入った。
That bit at a field is I mean, that bit about the field of winter cherries?
だろうがなんだろうが、てめえに名乗る名前なんかね。
Yeah, I
理
just
由
don't
くら
like
い
you.
わかるだろう。気難しい年頃なのだな。違う。
I mean, she also is.
てればおふくろか。名前がジュゲム五行のすり切れ海ザル水魚の水行松雲来松風来松クーネルところに住むところやぶら工事のブラ工事パイプの修林岩のグーリンダイのポンポコ P のポンポコナの長久名の長介だとか。
That's I know that. What is that? Fuck, that's like a Nico Doja thing. I want to say it's Toho because that's a fair guess for like literally anything. Hold on. I'm gonna lose my mind. No, it's not. It's not. Fuck, I'm just gonna have to like Google it. Hold on. God, that's a lot to type out. Hold on. I'm not gonna be able to sleep. Yeah, there it is. It knew what I wanted as soon as I typed it in. Yeah. It's the ending theme to fucking yeah. It's like okay, I've never actually seen the show, so I don't actually know. But you know. Joshiraku? Yeah, that one. You know, they do the thing. They like have their hands on their hips and they're like going side to side and like more turn around and the others turn around and they say their lines. Yeah. There we go. Rakugo, that's what it's called. You know, the theater where the only thing you have is like the fan and a fucking towel or something.
ヒント。誰がなぞなぞやってる？私はな、てめえみてえのを人間とは思わねえ。
Unless the ending theme is like based on an actual Rakugo sketch that I don't know.
てめえはただの悪だろ。
But it's like how
た
there's
だ
a
の鬼だろ。
fucking
港さんの妹とも思わねえ。
like how there's a Toho bit in Umineko, you know. They just like to throw that shit into anything. The pop culture, as the kids call it.
殺して、なくしてやる。てめえにはそうするだけでいい。
しかり。
なるほど。
As Masamune's icy malice buffets her like a winter storm, Inseigo merely tilts her head and smiles in understanding.
つまりは狂犬か。何？いや、あざけってはおらぬ。そのネクラな闘志は光の忌避せざるところ。剣も良いこしら
Well,
え
I
だ。
can already see you getting on swimmingly with your new sister-in-law.
ナオミよ。聞けば済む話だが、あの分では教えてもらえそうにない。
Mm-hmm.
総集もののこと。そしてこれほどの鋼鉄。まずご老入道政宗。
いかに。
Yep.
当たりか。
What a discerning eye.
これは良い。天下一名物政宗。よもやそんな代物が影明と共に俺の前へ現れようとは。
Suddenly, Ginseigo falls silent. Her arms raised in jubilation, fold themselves across her chest. Several moments pass as she stands there thinking, like a school child who has suddenly realized that she missed some vital component of a formula. Finally, she turns to me.
影明、そこの狂犬は俺に挑むようだが、
Yep.
お前はどうするつもりだ？
I mean, we'll help. We just need to, like, do 99% of the damage, and she just needs to, like, flick you and finish you off, and that way, you know, the law of balance doesn't come into effect.
なんだ、2対1じゃ嫌だから1人ずつ来いとでも言う気か。光は差しを好むが別に押し付けはせぬ。それはどちらでもよい。しかし
Yeah, it really
まさ
seems
か
like you're
と
trying
は
to
思うが、
shirk your duty here. You wouldn't do that.
何考えてんのか知らねえが、こっちはこっちの勝手でやるぞ。港さん、いいですか。
Oh yeah, let's kill her.
おう。
大丈夫です。あいつを殺すのは私ですから。呪いなんて関係ありません。死ぬのはあの悪魔一人きりです。
Yeah, let's get him.
待て。今何と言った。
Yeah, that's cheating. You can't do that.
狂気。答えよ。繰り返させるほどのことかよ。こんなの当たり前だろうが。港さんがてめえを殺したら呪いでもう一人殺さなきゃならなくなる。
Yeah, I don't give a shit about that law of
Them-
balance bullshit.
私の政宗にそんな厄介な決まり事はない。だから戦うのは2人、殺すのは私1人。そうすりゃ死ぬのはてめえら邪悪だけ。私と港さんは2人で一つの正義の剣って
Through
こと
the
だ。
power of teamwork.
鍵焼き、お前もそのつもりか。
I mean, like, in reality, no, not really. He doesn't, but, you know, he's battling with it internally. Kinsego's voice is utterly flat, a stark contrast to her earlier tone. I feel the answer lodge in my throat. Do I approve? Of course I do. If I kill, innocents die. If Ichijo kills, only our enemies die. Why wouldn't I choose the path that leads to fewer dead? As Ichijo said, the choice is clear. So why can't I say it?
どうなのだ。お前もそう期してその狂犬、
Because she lets me
政宗
smash.
を連れていたのか。港さん、
おう。そうだ。
Yeah, there's kind of a conversation going on here, bud. A breeze caresses my cheek, silent and warm. Aren't you wearing a helmet? A theoretical breeze, metaphysical. When it passes, I realize that my heart is pounding. How do I describe this sensation? It's as though I am on a voyage across a calm blue sea. The wind is with me, the sky is clear, the waves lap gently at the side of my boat. Nothing can possibly go wrong. Yet amid that quiet, some sixth sense is warning me that from far below, a leviathan approaches.
もう言ったぞ。こっちの勝手でやるってな。政宗。
おうよ。
死ね、銀星号。てめえが殺した人間は数えきれない。てめえ一人を切ったって帳尻は合わない。
But it sure will make me feel good.
てめえを裁く正義は遅すぎたんだ。今さら補いのつけようもねえ。それでもこれ以上は好き放題にやらせてたまるかよ。私と政宗が
I don't actually know
こ
if
こ
it
で
is.
てめえを止めてやる。ぐだぐだやかましいわこの打剣が。
Yeah, hush. No hero monologue. And kitty gloves are off. I must have lost consciousness. Though not much more than a second has passed. In that time, the world has changed. The first thing I notice is that I'm on my knees. My body feels distant and numb. I cannot muster the strength to stand. The next thing I notice is that Ichijo is missing. Sensing my confusion, Muramasa activates her radar. There. One contact, 4 kilometers to the northeast. 4 kilometers. It's hard to believe, but that's what her radar says. I decide that I can trust the contact. Originally, radar is useless on the ground, where terrain, trees, and structures clutter the readout. In this case, however, the readout is clear. There is, after all, nothing left between us and the contact. Hey, just reuse this barren wasteland background CG. Also like how the last burnt out, structure CG was the same one from where we killed Usadoshin. In the flat, featureless wasteland that Oyumi has become, Kinsego stands alone unchanged. There is no evidence in her posture of how she accomplished this. A punch? A kick? The sweep of a sword? I haven't a clue what my enemy did. She did a burst. She spent super in order to, it gained some breathing room. Perhaps she didn't do anything. Perhaps her anger alone was enough. And now she's glaring across the divide that separates her from the world she created. Her eyes fixed on me are colder than I have ever seen them before, and hotter too. Ice and fire, feeding off each other in a frozen, seething cauldron. The Silver Demon is disappointed.
くだらぬくだらぬくだらぬこともあろうにそんな欺瞞へ逃避するとは裏目に出るにも程がある母の教え
Yeah, what can we say?
あのざれ言さえここまで愚かしくはなかった
It's been rough out here.
あれはあれで通す筋はあっ
A little white lie every now and again
た
is
だ
good for
影
you.
焼き
Even if
今
you're
のお
telling it
前
to
の
yourself.
道はそれすらも書くただの欺瞞だ薄っぺらな甘い妄想だけでできている
Yep.
まさかお前がそんなものになってしまうとは
Her rage crashes over me, words stabbing into my heart, deep until I can taste the blood. Why? She's nothing but a killer. Why should her condemnations wound me so? I know the reason I chose this path. It has freed me from the curse, from the need to offer up an innocence for every villain I slay. Or does it? Unless, the burden for killing goes to the innocence that is Ichijo, but ignoring the fact that she's the one doing the killing, so therefore she is not innocent, but, a metaphysical innocence, so to say. Now, I can complete my mission with the minimum loss of life. The only people who need die are those whom Ichijo, in her uncompromising dedication to justice, has judged and found guilty. Where's the wrong in that? What have I done to earn such ridicule? And if I truly do not know the answer, then why do I tremble so?
鍵焼きお前は何を勘違いしたのだあの小娘と組めば正義だと
Yep,
どんな理屈でそうなる
basically.
二人殺すのは悪行だが一人で済むのなら正義だとでも言うの
I mean, the people we have killed, with Ichijo, they kind of deserved it, so yeah. Yep.
違う
It takes an effort of will, but I managed to force my jaw to move. The voice which emerges has the texture of rust.
数の問題ではない何の罪もない人を殺さずにいられる
That just made my mind picture rust being in my mouth, and I did not like that.
だからそうするのだ当然の断りだ
I need to take a drink of my coffee to, get that out of my mind. Now my mouth tastes like blood. Ugh, just that metal oxidizing taste.
罪ある人間ならば殺してもいや違うか表現は性格を競う
Uh-huh.
罪ある人間ならば殺させても構わないと、そういうことか
Correct, madam.
許されざる罪はある 死すべき罪人は確かにいる。
Yup.
その中には
Spitting
強大
facts,
な
my
力を
guy.
持つがゆえに司法にも裁かれぬ者がいる。六原や銀星号、お前のようにだ。一条はかかる巨悪の初段を己が使命とした。
100% wholeheartedly agree. Let's just ignore any potential complications from difference in viewpoints and perspectives regarding that.
それが間違ったことだとは思わない。
なるほど、そうか。
Kinsego's voice is thick with scorn.
確かにそれは正しい行いかもしれないな。しかしだからといって、
Yeah.
それを成した者が正義を名乗れる道理があるか。
You know, Hikaru's just doing what she thinks is right. Why is she wrong then?
何？
Rokuhara is just doing what they think is right. Why are they wrong?
そんな道理はなかろうよ。それとも何か。正しい殺人なら罪はないとでも。バカなことを言うな。殺人は殺人。何の違いもない。
I mean, like, if we get, like, down to brass tacks, no. But, like, come on. It's always more complicated than that.
いずれ同等同質の部の発言である。武力を競い、勝利し、殺した。罪の有無？俺には関心のないことだが、罪とやらを問うなら、正当な殺人であろうと不当な殺人であろうと変わるまい。
I mean, depending on the circumstances. Yeah.
生命を破壊し終わりにするという意味では、ど
See,
ちら
that's the
も
thing.
全く同じことなのだ
I
から。
don't care about killing people, so your argument isn't valid to me. And there it is. I am powerless to stop her because I know that she speaks the truth. But if I accept it, then I must also accept that all of this was founded on lie. And that will mean betraying Ichijo.
だとしても、そうであっても、死すべき者だけが死ぬならば、村正は死すべきではない者も殺してしまう。それを避けられるなら意味が。
Meaning, the word goes unspoken, though I cannot say for certain why. Perhaps Ginseigo cut me off. Perhaps I lacked the conviction.
何を言っている？死すべきは弱き者、生きるべきは強き者だ。死すべきではないのに死す者などいない。お前の刃に
They
屈
couldn't
した
defend
な。
themselves, so they deserve
そ
to
れは
die.
部の規制に敗れたということ。
Pretty straightforward.
そのものが善であれ悪であれ、死ぬのは断りであり、何らの理不尽もない。
違う。死すべきは死をもってしか裁けぬ悪だけだ。
In a just world. In a
そして
perfect
村
world.
正がその悪を裁けば、罪なき者をも共に殺してしまう。善悪相殺の戒めによって。
You know, they say good. But, you know, really it's just who you like. So, you know, I know it's all about perspectives, because, like, who's to say, like, definitively from, like, a cosmological perspective, what is evil and what is good? You know, it's all about perspective. So, if you kill someone who's evil from your perspective, you know, you're not gonna, what I'm getting with, you're not gonna surround yourself with people you think are evil and you don't like, unless, you know, you're just a really fucking chasing that bag, you know, trying to get that promotion or whatever. But, you know, deep in your heart, you won't think they're good. So, basically, it's less good and evil, more just like kill someone you don't like than kill someone you do.
俺はそれが
影焼き影焼き
She laughs, shaking her head. I am no longer worthy of her anger.
今のお前はまるで子供だ
Yeah, he's kind of dumb.
ああそうかお善悪相殺村正が課すその4文字の意味をあくまで誤解したか
誤解
See what? It's just a curse.
呪いなどではない善悪相殺は単なる真実だ愚というものの本質だ村正はそれを白日のもとにさらしたに過ぎぬ
どういう意味だ
What, that all death is the same, so it doesn't matter whether it's a, you know, a quote-unquote good or evil.
今のお前には言ってもわかるが
You know, two sides of the same coin kind of situation. After dismissing my question with a flick of her hand, Kinsego lifts her face to the sky for a moment, then turns her piercing gaze once more upon me.
だがこれだけは教えておこう今お前がしていることは何かあの娘と二人合わせて正義違うな
What?
戦い
Yeah.
殺しているだけだそれは以前と何も変わ
Yeah,
らない
you're killing people you don't like, so therefore it
決
is
定
good
的に違うのは
from your perspective.
違うのは
I know. I've always known. Into this, I have no excuse. I told myself that this was better, because now I would not have to kill the good. I let that be the only thing that mattered, for otherwise, I would have to face the truth. The truth of my foulest sin. The only difference.
殺すのがお前ではないということだお前の代わりにあの狂犬が殺しているということだお前は殺人を罪だと考えながらその罪を正義などという御託のもと
Yep.
あの小娘に押し付けたのだ
I mean, she kind of wants to do it anyway, so it's two birds with one stone, but...
恥を知らぬか影焼き
She's right. Every word. I have allowed Ichijo to kill in my place, watching as she slowly chips at her humanity. Some part of me has even felt relief that she, not I, now carries that burden. I'm nothing but a coward.
今のお前はくだらぬ醜い部の聖堂からあまりに遠い
Yeah, it's kind of because this path fucking sucks.
部に怯え部を手放したハマツさえ他人の部に甘え勝利を恵んでもらおうとした
Well, yeah, she's a hero. That's what heroes do.
これではダメだどうにもならぬ失敗だお前への共同は失敗した
Yeah, that's pretty much what most women say to me too, bud. Not the shit about, you know, the way of the path of might or whatever. The last two lines.
どうやら甘やかしすぎたらしいお前を思いやって不武を急がなかったのが裏目に出た
Oh.
まさかこんなことになろうとはなもはや猶予を
Time for some tough love.
見ておれ影焼きこれより光は満天下に武
Oh,
を
that's
敷
not
く
good.
あらゆる虚飾を捨て去った世界に佇み今度こそ真理を悟るがよい
Like a meteor blazing with silver fire, the conqueror vanishes over the horizon. I'm powerless to stop her, or even to stand. Whatever strength I once possessed has fled my shattered soul. All I can do is kneel and watch the beginning of the end. Full Metal Demon Muramasa. And then we get a second title card where it's like, Full
Yeah.
Metal Demon
おはようございます
Muramasa.
おはよういい天気ですな
I'm sure nothing bad is going to happen to these two nice, average citizens here.
ええ本当に
Eternal question, to be or not to be, we ask. So let's begin this comedy on a stage where mad laughter does ring. Yeah. We've read the Ginseigo incantation before.
こら静かにしなさい
Yep. Lots to learn.
なあ、今日はどこで遊ぶ？
タジマンチでいいじゃん。
先生トイレ行きたいです
またタジマンチ？ここんとこずっとだぜ。
What, go to the bathroom?
お、やべえ。教
No,
科
that's
書
me.
忘
You
れ
have to
た。
deal with that when you get older.
でもあいつんち金持ちだしさ、おやつ出るじゃん。
だけど
Oh
さ。
yeah, go to the kids' house where they always have Mountain Dews in the fridge.
先生トイレもう
Thunder howls as the loyal dog sinks his teeth into the thieve's soft flesh. In her warm nest, the chick calls for her mother, closed eyes blind to the slithering snake. On the wide savannah, the lion stalks prey, golden mane puffed up with pride. The stream burbles softly as frolicking children crush the frog's eggs beneath their bare feet.
見た見た
こら、一人でいくつも食べないの。
Let the girl have her oranges, gotta prevent the
いいっていい
scurvy.
ってお父さんもういらないから
Actually, I have some oranges in my fridge I still need to eat.
またそうやって甘やかす。
They're like
あなた
3
も
weeks
たまに
old.
は厳しく言ってくだ
They're
さい。
starting to get real acidic. Not like they're rotting, but I think they're starting to ferment because it makes my mouth tingle whenever I eat them.
いやでもな
お母さんすぐ怒るお父さん怒らない
Yeah, women just starting to control their emotions, that's why.
ほら、こんなこと言われてる。
お母さんはすぐ怒るか
あなた、
でもお母さんを嫌いになっちゃダメだぞお母さんはなお前のことが大切だから怒ってるんだ
Womp womp. You who preach life's sacred meaning, heed the jester's heartfelt lies. You who fear death's cold embrace, know that his mask is but a mirror painted black. Question life's purpose, and the jester in death shall lift a spoon. Embrace life's pleasures, and the jester in death shall doff their crowns. Run and dance, beasts of the plain, laugh and sing and feast and fight. For now all chains and cages have crumbled to dust beneath your feet. It's time to scorn that eternal question, to be or not to be, we laugh. So let begin this divine comedy, the stage where lamentations do ring. The man revered as God's messenger forsakes his faith, vomiting blood. The man hailed as the world's conqueror fails in his quest and drowns, still atop his horse. The princess chooses love over country and leads to the guillotine. Amid the stench of offal, the orphan seeks sustenance in the blood of worms and rots from within. No flesh remains. Yada yada. Listen to all who live, and I will sing your praises. Offer forth the malice concealed by weary smiles. Listen, all who live, and I will pray for your souls. Rest upon the joy which hatred and prejudice have birthed. A life of 100 years will hear the serenade of steel and fire. A life of 7 days will glimmer brightly in the silence and dark. Run and dance, beasts of the plain, laugh and sing and feast and fight. For now, all chains and cages have crumbled to dust beneath your feet. Can we get an abbreviated version of that? Ichijo angrily kicks. Ichijo's angry kick carves a divot in the ground. This is the 6th town. The 6th ruin we've come to, and the 6th time she has reacted thus. I suppose that she's in no mood to cultivate a breadth of emotional expression. Neither am I. As always, I stare at the wreckage in silence. Kinsego was true to her word. It hasn't even been a day since the demon took flight. Since I collected Ichijo and began the pursuit, and already the dead in southeast Kanto have grown to outnumber the living. I was right. Absent restraint, Kinsego did have the power to surpass even the worst of nature's fury. I do not care to calculate how many days are left before all of Yamato is emptied of life, or how many more after that it will take for the destruction to swallow the rest of the world. All I do know, beyond any doubt, that these things will come to pass. Unless someone stops her.
六原は何やってんだ。進駐軍は。
I can't do anything.
まだ状況把握の最中だろう。それに、把握したとしても。どちらも矢面には立ちたがるまい。
Yeah, what do you expect Rokuharu to do? They're in complete disarray, you know.
互いに仮想的だ。
You know, 3 of the 4
銀星王と
kings,
戦ってい
you
る
know.
隙に、背後から襲われる可能性をま
Their
ず恐
toast.
れる。
Only what's-his-fuck is still alive.
こんな状況で。
むしろこの混乱を機会とし、
If he even still is.
どちらも互いから片付けようとするかもしれん。
She clenches her fist as if wringing someone's neck. I decide not to ask whose.
当てにならねえ連中だ。当てにする気もなかったけど。やっぱり私たちがやらなきゃ、港さん。
Yep, because we're the heroes. Real, we did it, Patrick. We saved the city. Kind of vibes going on right now.
昨日は不意を打たれて不覚を取ったが、二度と醜態はさらさぬぞ。であろう、御堂。
Yeah, we'll be sure to put on our cleats next time, so that way you don't get blasted 4 kilometers away.
当たり前だ。今度は絶対ぶった切ってやる。
Experiencing Ginsego's might firsthand has done nothing to dampen Ichijo's spirit. She remains utterly devoted to justice. If I join with her and defeat Ginsego together, then I need not fear the price that Muramasa would demand. Only one evil will die, and only one pair of hands will be stained. Ichijo's hands, not mine. Yes, no one else need lose their life, no one whom I deem good. But is that right? Truly? Yep. 100%. Fuck 'em. Our pursuit of Ginsego has been a trying one. The enemy has the advantage in speed. We have flown in spurts, chasing the slender thread which only Muramasa can see, resting when our heat reserves are empty, and resuming flight when we can once more stand. And even this grueling pace has not brought us in sight of our target. Still, I'm certain we are drawing closer. A voice from above confirms my assessment. Oh, well, you just gotta lay in wait in a village that hasn't been hit yet, and just jump her when she shows up. Because if she's too fast and you can't follow her, just get ahead of her. Take a shortcut. Take a shortcut on her route and, intercept her. She's doing all sorts of, curvy lines and whatnot, using to go in a straight line. Someplace she hasn't hit yet. I keep my reply as low as I can. Ichijo is sleeping soundly beside me, and Masamune, though I do not see him, is surely close at hand. We have chosen, for this latest interval, a storage shed in a mountain temple. It's pure luck that we spotted one that was abandoned, though I suspect that the roof would leak if it rained. Any shelter is better than none. Also, just reusing the Mishi hut, but so be it. No, perhaps that's saying too much. Any number of villages nearby could have served. Now that they are deserted as well. Yeah, now that they are deserted as well, but we decided that it would not be restful to lie in beds that reeked of blood. Similarly, we cannot seek refuge in one of the few towns that still harbor life. The confusion gripping these was obvious even from the air. Our landing would not have helped matters. No, this temple was the only way to put a roof over our heads. I know that I should take full advantage and sleep, as Ichijo is, especially if this may be our last chance before flying into battle. But first, I have a decision to make. You believe that killing is wrong, yet you've preyed upon her fool notions of justice to make her bear the sins you're not willing to commit. What I have done is unforgivable. I did not mean Usudoshin or the Oyumi Ten. In the former case, I never intended for Ichijo to kill the general. In the latter, she was simply better positioned to act. But where Ginseigo is concerned, there can be no apology. To stop that monster is my duty, yet I was willing to shift that burden to another because I feared to do what must be done. I was a coward. I cannot deny what was in my heart. Ginseigo had every right to condemn me. I must be the one to kill her. That sin is mine alone to bear. However, if I kill Ginseigo, then someone else must die as well. One innocent for one guilty. The price Muramasa's curse demands. I have paid it before, not once, but a dozen times. But in each of those cases, there was no other way. Now there is. If I let Ichijo kill Ginseigo, then no one else will have to die. My thoughts run in circles. Perhaps I should use Ichijo, accept that shame. But shame derives from the knowledge of wrong. If I believe that it is wrong to leave Ginseigo to another, then the answer is simple. Make it right, kill good and evil both. Satisfy the law of balance. Mother. My mother's face flashes before my eyes. I recall what she taught, that no matter what happens, you must never take a life. And there it is, the reason for my present difficulty. I'm assuming that someone must kill Ginseigo, and to kill another, even my enemy, is unequivocally wrong. I cannot find the right answer because no right answer exists, save one. Follow my mother's teachings. Stop Ginseigo without killing her. If only that were possible. But Ginseigo's might is mythological in scale. I cannot imagine the strength it would take to subdue her while also sparing her life. Could I persuade her then? With the right words and unrelenting passion, I might yet be able to change her course. I could certainly try, while all the while she slaughters her way across the breath of Yamato. Ridiculous. There is only one way. Which brings me back to the law of balance, as all my thoughts seem to do. If not for that curse, I cannot help but wonder how things might have been different. It's not a curse, Kageaki. It's simply the truth. Ginseigo's words still linger in my ears. What did she mean? What did she... I realize that all I can see is the floor. The weight of my brooding has bowed my head low. Shaking my head, I reach for the radio lying in the corner. We picked it up in one of the empty villages we passed. The goal was to gather information, but now I just want a distraction. Ugh. I flip the switch and start dialing through the frequencies. Now the static is bad. No surprise, we're in the hills. But a few signals are strong enough to make out. Therefore, the Queen's army is resolved to bring a swift end to this crisis and restore peace and order. The shogunate warns that any interference will be viewed as an act of war. This is a domestic matter. The situation is under control. We are receiving word that the fire seen at Kinchoji Temple was the result of an attack by shogunate forces. As yet, His Highness Prince Haruhiro's whereabouts remain unknown. This is a mistake. Instead of silencing my doubts, I've nurtured them, like giving water to a field choked with weeds. Chaos is everywhere, and still for death rages across the land. Yep, man's just fucking doom scrolling on Twitter. And here I am, unable to make a decision, as my last chance to stop it approaches. My consciousness rises from darkness. I must have fallen asleep. How long was I out? I can't be sure. Seized by terror, I open my eyes. What? Why am I...
ん港くん、どうした？
部長
Ah,
My boss. But he died.
ああ、先輩ひどい。いくら起き抜けにはきっつい顔だからって、そんな露骨に驚いちゃかわいそう
ひどいのはお前だ。単に寝ぼけただけだろ、彼は。
Yeah, leave the guy alone. A dream? I was dreaming? No. No, this is the dream. That's nightmare. That's reality. Wait. What nightmare? Where was I? I can't remember.
ああ、どうも相当疲れてるみたいだな。
いえ、申し訳ありません。
That just goes to show you're such a hard worker for the company. You just collapse at your desk from working so hard. You deserve a raise.
本当に寝ぼけていたようです。
It was touch and go there for a moment, but my brain is finally reconnected with reality. This is the office where I work. Judging by the light outside, I must have fallen asleep in the middle of the day. And a deep sleep too. Feels like years since I last saw this place.
まあ仕方ないさ。家の方いろいろ大変なんだろう。今日はあまり仕事もないし、もう上がってくれていいぞ。
いや、しかし
暇な時に無理されて、忙しい時に倒れられるとこっちが困る。
And clearly not all here, so the work you are going to produce isn't going to be great, so just clock out.
先輩、サラリーマンは体が資本。体調管理も仕事のうちです。
そうだな。
だから私の昼寝も仕事のうちなのですよ。
I mean, if it's on your lunch break,
今
sure,
明かされる
do
衝
what
撃
you
の
want.
真実。
こんな社員がいても回るんだよ、うちの会社。
はい。
What a kind work environment. I make my way down the road. The sun is a little higher in the sky than I'm used to, but everything is familiar to me. Define higher in the sky. Like the sun is smaller? Familiar sights, familiar sounds. This is my town, the same as ever. Peaceful, quiet. Except for... Yes, except for one small problem. The army of bandits camped on top of the hill. This manor is my home. Not the home of my birth, but the home that welcomed me, took me in. My family is here. My mother, my bedridden sister. They are more precious to me than anything.
おや、今日は早いね。
Hello, mother.
おかえり、影焼。
What's wrong with you? You look like you just saw a ghost.
Hi. ただいま帰りました。
It's because she's wearing all white.
ス
She's
バル
like a
様。
ghost. There's nothing to fear here. This peace, this comfort, will surely last forever. I'm certain of it. So why, then, do I know that my hopes will be betrayed? Just now, I experienced what can only be described as a leap of consciousness. Is this the past? The future? Time is out of sync. I have to... No. No time for that. Look at what's happening right in front of you. Musha is poised to strike at my mother, who lies sprawled on the floor in a daze. Then Musa's a bandit. My mother's in danger. I have to save her. How? I'm just a man. I have no power to challenge a Musha. Is there nothing I can do? Must I stand by and watch as my mother is slaughtered? No, I do have the power. Somehow, I know that it's there if I want it. All I have to do is... Yes, I feel it. Incredible power. The steel at my fingers is a vessel of pure might. A Tsurugi. This is what I need. Power to equal, surpass any foe. And yet, somehow this too I know, that this Tsurugi is a thing to be feared. That if I answer its call and don its armor, I will never know peace again.
何をもたもたしている我が主よ制限を発しこの政宗をまとい
Oh, how things would have been so much easier if we only had Masamune instead of Muramasa.
Oh.
Masamune? Was that my Tsurugi's name? Yes, it was. Wasn't it?
急ぐのだ御堂制限を
I mean, it's close.
制限
Yes, there's no time. You have to save my mother.
鬼に会うては鬼を切る仏に会うては
Nope, wrong.
仏を
These words. The law of balance. Damn, that's like the equivalent of like calling out another girl's name in bed. You know, speaking the wrong incantation in front of a different Musha. I mean, Tsurugi. No, the law is a curse. If I speak it.
はい何を血迷っておるそんな妄言を誰が教えた
何
政宗は正義を貫徹する力切るべきは鬼立つべきは悪滅ぼすべきは邪悪のみそれを誓うのだ
How nice of the bandit Tsurugi to just stand there menacing, you know, our mother while we just, you know, talk with Masamune. Only evil? Is that right?
はよ
世に鬼あれば鬼を立つ剣の断りここに
疑問符は余計だが了承したこれより政宗は港影焼の刃足らん
Okay.
さあ共に楽器を打とうぞ
Whatever you say, boss. Ah, power fills my body, strength enough to vanquish all the beasts of earth and sea. Not the sky, though. Birds are too much for me to handle. More wondrous still, this might is righteous. Its purity is like a balm on my soul. To my soul. I'm just making up words. I was thinking balm because, like, you know, you normally put a balm is like a lotion you rub on your skin. This power exists solely to punish the wicked, to crush the strong who, in their pride, make victims of the weak. Yes, this is justice in its truest form.
いかにも行け御堂
おう
A demon is before me. This Musha, this bandit has threatened my mother. And now he stares at me as though he cannot believe what he sees. Fool, you thought yourself the only one with power. You were wrong. Now pay the price for your arrogance. Evil will always fall before good. The Musha's blade descends to claim my mother's life, but I'm faster. I lift my sword and there, I meet my mother's eyes. Bump bump. Bump bump. Bump bump. Ooh, what do we choose? Do we reject reality and indulge the dream? Or do we think it through a little and, you know, choose what we know is right? I guess the only way to find out is to tune in next time for the next episode of Full Metal Demon Muramasa. But before you go, I'd like to ask you all to not forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell. See you guys all next time. Catch you guys all later. My voice is getting really, really ticklish in my throat, so I want to stop before that becomes a lot more frequent. All right, bye. Bye, everyone. Mwah.